Hey everybody, Mark Walters here. I'm in my ranch room here in the ranch. Everything that is cowboy, western themed goes in this room. It's kind of cool. I just kind of feel good in it. And I wanted to talk to you in this video about different strategies to use when you're buying and holding real estate, because of course that's a great way to build your wealth. But I kind of want to touch on a few different market tactics here. Now, when the market is going up, of course, everybody would love to get their hands on real estate, put a renter in there, and just hold on while the market goes up in value and they make a lot of money. Now, conversely, when markets are dropping like crazy, that's kind of the last thing people want to do is buy and hold. What they'd want to do is get serious discounts and then flip the property for less of a discount than what you got it for and take the spread. And a lot of people make good money doing that. Now, what about if the market is looking like after it's gone down, like it's starting to rebound, but you're not quite sure, but you're noticing maybe in the paper that people are buying properties again, rental properties are starting to be more attractive. You know, you need to safeguard yourself in situations like this, and I want to give you some ideas. First of all, if you're not quite sure what the market's going to do next, because none of us have a crystal ball, well, here are a couple things that you might want to consider. If you're going to be buying property to hold on to it, either by putting a renter in it or doing a rent-to-own situation, be sure you're buying these at a deep discount, because that way you've got some cushion in case the market were to go down. That's a no-brainer, pretty obvious. Another way that you might go about doing this is just putting a renter in the property. That way, if the market does go down, you've got some flexibility. You can sell that property. Or if you're going the rent-to-own route, you might want to have the term be kind of shorter term, say 12 months, 18 months, might even go 6 months. You know, that way you're tightening up your risk. So if it's starting to drop like a rock, well then, you know, you're going to have a decent exit strategy. But I want you to think differently, and that's what I always try and do, and that's what my family's done for decades, is be a contrarian. Do things that people aren't doing. Think of things that, think in ways, I should say, that people aren't always thinking. Now, right now, as I make this video, one of the great ways to go about real estate investing is by finding buyers and then filling a need. That way you've got an exit strategy already built in. Well, what about finding buyers that would like properties that already have tenants in them? And that's not something that you hear all the time. A lot of times you just think find wholesale buyers to flip to, find retail buyers to sell, then they move in the house. But you rarely hear about, you know, target people that would like to have rental properties but don't necessarily want to do all the legwork. And that can be wholesalers that are just looking for buy and hold situations. It can also be retail buyers that want to be retail investors. So these might be professionals that just don't have the time to go out there, find bargain real estate, then go and put someone in that property. You're giving them basically an investment property that is turnkey ready. And there are going to be a lot of people that are interested in that. Now, another way of going about doing this is if you find people that are interested in not just one investment property, but maybe 5 or 10 or 15 or 20. That way, when you are finding these kind of properties, you've got a backlog of potential tenants, so that whenever you find a property, you're putting the tenants in these properties because you're doing your marketing. So you've got your exit strategy already built in as far as where the tenants are. You've got a list of them, and then you fill those needs by supplying property. Well, the same can be told about these retail investors. You can start marketing for them, letting them know, hey, I am someone who goes out, I find properties, I put tenants in these properties, and then I make them available to people such as yourself, and I also make them available in bulk, depending on the situation. Now, the great thing is if you do it in bulk, you can then also be contacting property management companies that can take care of the property management for these people. Because if they're professionals, chances are they've already got a job. They're already committed to doing something else. But if you can show them in a turnkey fashion why they should be dealing with you, hey, I'm going to be giving you these properties, tenants are already going to be in there, we've got property management already set up, well then guess what? You're going to have an exit strategy. And when that, what's good about that is if the market turns, Well, you're already getting rid of these properties. If the market goes up, then you don't have to get rid of the properties. But it's a good exit strategy and a good safety net that a lot of investors aren't thinking about. So what's really important is, first and foremost, start your marketing to be attracting these kind of professionals that are going to be interested in that. And another way that you can benefit, if you don't want to just sell the property and be done with it, is a possible joint venture with them. So you both share in the equity down the road, or maybe they want to buy you out down the road. But I would always get some cash up front from them so that you're getting paid, and then down the road, if you want to do some type of an equity share with them, you can. But if the market were to go south, at least you've made some money when you made the initial transaction. So these are some ways to do some buy and hold strategies when you're not quite sure if a market is stabilizing or if it's going to keep going down. I'm Mark Walters, and I look forward to sharing more with you very soon.